Hello, today I'm going to be going over 6 problems with you. The first one, write these decimals as fractions in lowest terms and determine the prime factorization of the denominator in each one. Okay, for the first one, it is, oh, sorry about that, 0.225. You'll move the decimal over 3 times, and then you'll times it by 1 and as many zeros as you move the decimal. So in this case, it's 0.225 times 225 over 1,000, which in lowest terms it is 40 over 9. And to break that down, 40 into the prime factorization of 40, it's 2 to the third power times 10. And on to the second one is 0.036. So you also, on this one, move the decimal 3 spaces, or 3 places to the right. So it's 36 over 1,000, which lowest term goes into 250, or 9 over 250. And you break 250 down, prime factorization, it's 5 to the third times 2. Now on to question 2, sorry about that. Suppose the variables x and y are related by each of the, hold on, I can't read that in there, formulas shown below. Create a graph for each. Okay, on A you have x equals x over 2. So Carl may gain 1 pound a week for every 2 hamburgers she eats. So this shows it right here. On B is y equals negative x over 2. David lost 1 marble for every 2 games he played. The graph has a slope of -2, which is down and to the right 2. So here it shows how he lost 2 marbles. Y equals 10 to the x, and Susan has a job, and every time she sells a hat, she gets commission of $10. So this shows her sales of $10, or her commission every time she sells. And then D, y equals x to the second. Bob had the flu, and 2 of his friends came to visit. He forgot to wear his face mask, so his 2 friends got the flu, and then he gave it to his 2 friends gave it to 2 more friends. So this is the curve right here of Bob getting it, and then 4 more people getting it. Okay, question 3. What percentage and fractions of each of these figures? So you really can't see mine too well, but the square right here is 1/8. 1/8 times 100 equals 100 over 8, which in a percent that goes into 12.5. B is the rectangle broken down. 718 times 100 is 700 over 18. So broken down, that is 39%. And we have this circle here, which is a half. And a half equals 100 over 2. So that's 50% of the circle. If the area of the yellow hexagon is the whole, then the remains pattern blocks have areas that are approximately 16.67, 19.2, 33.3, and 38.5 and 50%. Show how many pattern blocks correspond to the given percent of the hexagon. So right here I have the percent and the shape, and that would be the percent of each one. And number 5, give A and B. What percent of B is A? Given a percent of whole, B is A if it is percent of B. And the third question is asking, given a part of A that is percent of the whole B, what is the whole B? Okay, I'll use my kids on this one. Dylan had 4 slices of pizza. Ashley asked him for 2 slices. What percent of pizza was given to Ashley? So if you break that down, what percent? So 4 equals 2. So it's 2 to the 4th, which would break down to a half. So a half would be 50% of the pizza was given to Ashley. And this one is, Dylan has 4 slices of pizza. Ashley asked him for 25% of his pizza. How many slices of pizza does Dylan give Ashley? So the 25%, it would be 0.25 times 4, which equals 1. So Ashley gets 1 slice of Dylan's pizza. And then the third, and then question 6. So I'm going to read it to you, and I'm going to bring this down where you can see my graph. Okay. Sam made 1 gallon of tea. He added 4 tea bags and 2 cups of sugar to each gallon. His friend needs Sam to make 6 more gallons of tea. How many tea bags and cups of sugar does Sam need to make 6 more gallons? Okay. Right here on this one, I made it gallons. I did 1 through 7. Tea bags, I did it in 2 to 28. Cups of sugar, I did 2 to 12. And then I drew it down here. Here's my jug, and there's each sugar and each tea bag that goes in each jug. So there's 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. So he'll need 20 more tea bags and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cups of sugar. And this one right here shows you how many tea bags I used for each gallon and how many cups of sugar I used for each gallon. And that is all that I have for y'all. Thank you for watching.